Oh, we're live.
We're live. We're absolutely not bashing anybody's children anymore.
You're not heavily critiquing pattern writers.
Or that, right?
Or throwing the city of Marietta under the bus.
Yeah, none of it. None of that is happening.
or the city of Milton, Delaware. Town. Village, I don't know. Hamlet.
Side note, was there a picture shared that we discussed not being able to share in the one thing for Ashley? Did that get shared in a different group?
It has not been yet.
Okay.
It has not happened.
I was like, I don't think I'm in that group.
That's our that's like our old group for like Publix bashing.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to see this. I'm wildly curious.
What? Public bashing? No, I would never do that.
That doesn't happen. No bashing of any kind here.
Publix is amazing.
I love my employer.
Also, as a legal resident of Florida, I love Publix.
They will get you if you don't.
Yes.
We will find you.
There's this one guy that I just see him. I don't know. I've watched enough of his things on Facebook Reels that like he just automatically pops up a bunch for me. But he shows like really ridiculous videos of Florida man stuff, and like every single one of them, he's eating something from usually the bakery at Publix. It's part of the joke.
Okay, well, then you need to ask Daddy because Mommy is busy.
Ooh, passing the buck.
Also, sometimes it's like an entire celebration cookie cake.
I mean, I there's no judgment on that one. Literally, there's no judgment.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have just enough fabric, I think.
Huzzah!
Yeah.
Huzzah for the fabric!
Huzzah for the tickler! Do you know how many times you heard that on Saturday?
Every time you or anyone around you tips.
Which
Yes,
means you were
indeed.
at the pub a lot.
Someday I think it would be fun to do the pub crawl. They have like a pub crawl.
Uh-huh.
And
They
it's
do that here too.
Do they? Okay. Never done it, but we always see it, always hear it.
And it sells out every year here.
It does here too. You have to buy tickets in advance.
Yeah.
What's as like the non-drinker here, what is the novelty of it?
Getting drunk at the Ren Fair in costume with all the lingo.
But like you can just do that without buying extra tickets.
I believe some booze is included in the ticket.
I think that's true.
I've done a pub crawl in Savannah before, but it was like a haunted pub crawl.
Give me the straw.
So like a guy took us to different haunted bars, and we got a drink, and he told us why the building was haunted, and I liked that.
Yeah, I know there's some like that in Atlanta, or like some sort of a novelty. I know that they used to have like a zombie one, and I think they do some like charity ones and stuff like that. I just remember Diesel. Obviously, occasionally Diesel did shit like that.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense to me. It's where it's weird for me at a Ren Fest is that like you're already at a Ren Fest,
Oh, absolutely. I get what you're.
Yeah.
That's why, like, I struggle to give you
A good answer.
a better answer.
Yeah.
Might be largely why I haven't participated in it thus far.
But also, like, I am that person that, like, what I care about at the Ren Fair is the birds.
Yes. The bird.
And, like, Wheel of Death if it's there.
Yes. That time they had the Da Vinci guy there. That was lovely.
Yes, it was.
And the glass blowing for me.
Yes, absolutely. I am also here for the glass blowing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, one of my favorite things is the beef. I think you pronounce it pasties, but like it's the meat pies. I love the meat pies.
Yeah. Pasties.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never known exactly how to pronounce that one.
Definitely not pasties. Those are for your nipples.
For real.
All right. I think that's everything I need for this block.
Woo. So the other day, Haley sent me this video, and when like a friend sends you a video and you know why they send it, but like you get hung up on it for a completely different reason.
All the time.
Yeah. So this video is this girl that is making a dress out of, I believe it was 60 fat quarters. Just like gigantic. I remember it was like 15 yards.
That's a lot of fat quarters.
It was. And so she like had a pattern. Like she didn't just sew all of the fat quarters together. She like cut them. She like made a bodice out of some of them. And then she, cut them into like neat squares. And so she was trying to figure out the best way to do it. And she figured out with a fat quarter that she could basically make 4 large squares and then 4 small squares. Right? So you like square up the fat quarter and you cut 4 big ones out of that. And then that strip that she had cut off to square it up, she cut 4 more little ones out of that. And she was like starting to do it. And she was like, so I realized, she's like sitting there with scissors cutting it, like drawing the squares out, like, with a ruler and cutting it. And she's like, oh, I just realized there's a smarter way of doing this. And of course I'm like, oh, good, thank God, because I was gonna die if you continue to do this with scissors instead of a rotary mat. She made a template. She made a template of the 2 squares and traced them on the fabric and then cut it with scissors. Like, even if you're cutting it with scissors, I think you're genuinely going to be faster if you actually like fold the lines in it. Like if you fold it in half and like make the crease line that way and then fold it yeah.
Also, like, if you're dealing with pieces of fabric that are just fat quarter sized, it is so much easier to just use a rotary cutter.
Yeah.
The only time I feel like I ever am like, scissors, is if my piece of fabric is giant and I need to hack it down.
And like, I could understand if she was like strictly a garment sewer and she didn't, have a rotary, like if she didn't have the supplies for it, but like she has a YouTube channel for sewing, there's no way she doesn't have just like the basic essentials for quilting. Like that would be absolutely insane. that like somebody who's, you know, making these like 20-minute videos on YouTube twice a week. So like clearly, you know, this is a revenue stream for her. Doesn't have this equipment for multiple reasons, but like the biggest one that sticks out in my brain is that like you've never gotten any hand-me-downs. Like absolutely, you have this YouTube channel. People are shoving hand-me-down quilting equipment at you.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, this reminds me of a story. So like I've been like devouring sewing YouTube lately.
Yeah.
I went down a whole rabbit hole of watching this woman make shoes. I've watched her make so many pairs of Victorian era shoes now.
Oh my god, those are intense and terrifying.
But I also at this point feel like if I had the mold, I could absolutely make a pair of shoes, but it would be bad. Right. Anyways,
it's like
this isn't
make a felt hat, and you're like, I could make a felt hat.
I'm over here like I could make a quilt, whatever.
I would hate a felt hat. That sounds so itchy, but like I could make a felt hat.
Yeah. But I ended up on this other person. I've never seen this sewer before. And she's the weirdest amalgamation of people. So I'm going to start with a reference that you may or may not know. But there's this like TikToker, Instagram personality. And her whole shtick is she's basically a slutty Dora, like Dora the Explorer. Have you seen her?
I don't know who you're talking about, but I love it already.
If you've never run across her stuff, you should absolutely look it up. I know, like the character she goes by is Hora. She can absolutely like full speed sprint and stacked pumps. It's crazy.
That's a Boondocks reference right there. If she can run high heels, you know she's a prostitute.
She's absolutely an apex predator, being able to sprint in those shoes. It's terrifying. Like there's videos of her doing it on a treadmill. Like, but she's like this very irreverent personality, but like coupled with horror, right? It's very entertaining. So this sewer is like that, plus goes on Christian retreats. It's wild. But what got me is she was making, what was she making? She's making a Ren Fair dress out of like bed sheets. And so she's at the sewing machine, and she's got this little. She owns birds. Because that makes sense. She has just like little white parakeet on her shoulder. Maybe it's a little bigger than a parakeet. Small parrot, something. And she was in the bed. Yeah, she's like, well, it wasn't as big as a cockatiel. I was like, I know what that looks like. It's like that big. But she's like, I know people ask me all the time, what's the point of having a bird on your shoulder when you're sewing? She's like this, and she like picks up like the fabric she's sewing, and it's got pins all down it, and she holds it to the bird, and the bird snatches the pin out, and she sews some more, holds it up, it snatches another pin out. And so she's just having her bird snatch out her pins for her.
That is like terribly impractical, but I love it.
All of that. It was so unhinged. I started laughing so hard. Mike walked over and goes, "Are you high?" I wasn't. I was sober.
The only garment sewer that I ever watch on YouTube is the Cara 2s. Because her shit gets so insane. Like, what did you just do? But okay. And then she always goes off on those weird tangents.
What was the name again?
Makara 2s, right?
I've not watched this one.
Let me make sure that's her name. She's really funny. She'll find some random Like she'll see some random dress at like the Met Gala or whatever. She'll be like, "Yeah, I can make that." And she literally lives in like a camper in her parents' driveway. And somehow she like pulls these off every time, but like her narration for them is out of control. And
So like, so I don't think this is the same person based on the name, because I think the person I was watching is named like Meredith or something. But there was absolutely at one point where she was living in an RV. So like this just sounds wildly similar to what I was watching last night. And she also, I absolutely watched her make Ariana Grande's dress from the Met Gala.
oh. But I just found her. It's definitely Makara Tours, but let me.
I'm about to be. Here I am, chilling.
So that's Makara.
No, this is absolutely who I was talking about.
Oh yeah.
This is the same person. She absolutely has a bird, and in one of her videos has the bird pull pins out of the dress. That is the person I'm talking about. She's
Perfect.
unhinged.
Perfect.
She's completely unhinged. It was so entertaining. Oh my god, that's too funny.
There's like one where like in the middle of it, she stops to have a funeral for a cockroach. And, like, just, like,
I believe it. I've watched literally only.
That is next level.
Yeah.
I've literally only watched
in French.
When we finish this, I'm going to send you one of those like horror videos.
Yes, please do.
And you will see that the manic energy between the two of them is the same. Oh yeah, so if you haven't watched it, you should watch her video where she makes like Ren Fair costuming and laugh at the bird.
Yeah, I will absolutely do that. It's been a while since I watched her last, so it's entirely possible that I just forgot that there was a bird.
I've only watched 2 of her videos. The one was the Ren Fair one, and then I watched her make Ariana Grande's Met Gala dress in an RV.
Yep.
With like 140 yards of tulle.
Yes, that is 100% on brand for her.
She started with 80 and thought that was going to be enough. But then, like, despite all the tools she bought, refused to buy actual fabric for the bodice. So she, like, got a dress from Goodwill and, like, cut the bottom of it off to use for the bodice.
Perfect.
Yeah. Highly entertaining.
I shipped out the non-cat block today, so that is officially off on its journey.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
What do you think the next person's going to do to it?
I don't know, but I sent them all of the fabric that I use. I sent them all of the rainbow fabric and the space fabric. So if anybody wants to color match, they can. But like, who knows what's gonna
Are
happen?
you supposed to send fabric with it, or do they use from their stash usually?
It's up to you. It's not really. There aren't really strict rules. At least in this one, there's not any strict rules about that. But you know, I figure if anybody does want to, then they, you know, instead of me just like hoarding this fabric for no reason, here you guys go.
So kind, so generous.
It's me. I know I would want that because I would want to color match.
So then the piece you're going to get sent is going to have no fabric in it for that case.
Right, probably. But that'll be on them. You know, that is that was on you. You could have sent me fabric and you didn't. Oh, apparently, like, I hadn't even read what that clip was that I showed you of hers. Apparently, that was turning an old couch into both a vintage outfit and also a modern outfit. Yes, perfect.
She is the only garment sewer I have so far watched that is not distinctly historical recreations.
Right.
Because of Bernadette Banner, I just ended up in that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I feel like she's the gateway drug. Am I ever gonna hand stitch a silk chiffon, not chiffon, a silk chemise, distinctly in an 1890s style? No, I'm not. But I'm gonna watch her do it.
No, and you know what I like with those is that I can watch them and be like, oh, okay, let me try that with a sewing machine.
That.
And this real bullshit cotton that I have.
Oh, look at all those silk taffetas you're using. I'm not fucking buying silk.
This fabric that I'm using literally right now might not be cotton because it is the lightest goddamn fabric, but I just pulled it out of the stash and I was like, I don't care. I don't know what you are, but we're going with it. It looks like it's nice fabric, but then you hold it and it's not scratchy, but also there's no body to it.
There's very few threads.
Yeah.
I see someone with frosting.
Oh.
Oh yeah, and I did not skimp.
Oh my god. I just got a cavity.
Ah, yes, but if you're gonna eat a cinnamon roll, damn it, eat a cinnamon roll. There's a reason that I need to lose weight this fall in a office weight loss challenge again. It does not happen on accident. At least this year it's not $100 buy-in.
Oof.
Oof.
Last year was, but Sean won, and he got $100, or no, $500. So, and he won by half a pound.
Wow.
It was intense.
I feel like that's when you get to the like biggest loser tactics of like starving yourself and
Oh,
everything.
it was hardcore that last week. Like, Anna was the one that was like half a pound behind him for like percentage lost. And she lost 10 pounds that last week.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That sounds like a whole bunch of water right there.
That's what that was.
Son of a bitch. You will behave.
Oh.
No, it's not. You're late to the party. I already fixed it. Well, maybe not.
Yes, for Prime Day, I was stocking sewing machines, but they never had any decent ones.
Yeah, I was stocking a lot of sewing stuff.
I did end up going and getting that
I did too.
stiletto.
Yeah.
I grabbed that. I grabbed a jelly roll pack. And I grabbed what else did I grab? I grabbed one other thing. Oh, I grabbed more clips.
Yeah.
Oh, I need more of those. I thought about getting those. I do not have enough.
Oh, you should get them. It was like $180 for $11 or something like that.
Absolutely, it was, and I went, yes, please.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because, like,
I have a whole bunch of things
this
in my
little-
closet I haven't purchased yet.
This little thing of 100, like
It doesn't do the
it consistently sends out a quarter full.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not the sort of thing that lasts forever. So it's, while you're getting them at a good price, you may as well.
Yeah, especially when your cats think they're chew toys.
Also, I don't know about you guys, but like sometimes I use mine as chip clips.
Sorry.
What was that?
Hot damn.
Are you okay?
Yeah,
Did you not let the cinnamon roll cool?
the hot pad slipped, and so the whole palm of my hand touched the hot pan rail.
Ooh.
Oh.
I'm like, the hot pad shifted. That hurt like a bitch. I'm gonna put that under cold water.
Mm-hmm.
There's one thing I don't like about those pans. They're completely metal handles, and they get very hot.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. You could always make handle cozies for them.
I have thought about it, but then I'm afraid they're going to catch on fire.
Well, you gotta make sure that you're not using flammable fabric.
Fair.
Like there is fabric specifically for that.
Dude, is this water even cold? Well, that is my second burn this week.
No.
On that hand, even. Same hand.
Oh my god.
I got a new curling iron, and I was using it the other morning for the first time, and I don't recommend grabbing the top of this one to stabilize it. It didn't end well.
No.
No, it did not end well. Oh. Wow. Yeah. Nope. That's got to go back under. I apparently got it good.
That's what it sounds like.
Now the question is, oh, there we go. Aloe vera.
Anne, were you able to make any progress on your dealership drama today?
OMG. Oh.
Dealership drama? What's going on?
Yeah. So here, from the get-go, we bought Ashley's Nissan Juke. I co-signed on it. We bought it May 27th, Labor Day week or Memorial Day weekend. Like that Saturday. They were like, it's a holiday weekend. We'll get the financing stuff finished up on Monday or Tuesday when, all the banks open back up. Yada, yada. Okay, fine. So we leave. They actually bought a whole bunch of add-ons, and it took me over a month of calling them repeatedly multiple times a week to get them to schedule it for the stuff that she paid for to get added on. And then, like 2 weeks ago, they called me telling me that they needed a copy of my check stubs and 3 references from me because the bank wouldn't final the loan without that information. And I'm like, for the car that we bought a month ago? So that's strange. So anyways, well, of course, the payment due date for your loan will shift. I'm like, okay, I would expect that since it's not final. They can't exactly expect payment. So I got a notification last week, Monday, that I had a new auto loan on my credit. And I'm like, okay, cool. They finalized the loan. We should be getting payment information soon so that we can make a payment. Ashley got the information just this week, Monday, in the mail. And it was weird. We were trying to figure out exactly how much a payment was going to be because it was showing that a payment was made, which was strange. And then the dealership called last night. They called her and they emailed me saying they made our first payment for us and that we needed to pay them back. I'm like, you told me it was going to shift, and they made the payment the day the loan finalized. I'm like, why would there be a payment due the day the loan processes? That doesn't make any sense at all. Not to mention, why would the dealership pay it? Like, I don't have a legal agreement with the dealership to give them money other than what we put for the down payment.
And why would they go to the dealership instead of the person whose name?
So Sean is thinking that it's because they messed up. They didn't get the proper paperwork from us. So they're trying to scramble and cover their butts. And the interest rates had changed. And so he thinks in order to keep the interest rate the same, they had to make the first payment. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know.
They need
But
to
either
explain
way,
that
they're
out to
they're
you.
like, can you please call to make that first payment to our office at the dealership, not to the loan company? I'm like, no, absolutely not. So I called the loan company, and even she was like, what? That's weird. I'm like, thank you. I thought so too. And if that payment really was due the day the loan processed because it took a month, fine. I'm not arguing that. But I would prefer to pay you myself and you guys can refund the dealership because I'm not paying them.
Yeah. And now,
So
does the
there-
loan, does the bank that has the loan did they get a payment? Have they acknowledged that they did at least get
yes,
that
they
payment?
show that there was a payment made the day the loan finished. Like they finalized the loan June 27th and
Yeah.
a payment was made June 27th by
But
the
also
dealership.
the whole thing is weird. Yeah, I just wouldn't be comfortable giving them my bank account info if if they've been giving you such a hassle lately.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't ask them to do that. That's on
I
them.
didn't. They're the ones that messed up the payment information so that there was even an issue that they felt they needed to make the payment. And that's entirely their fault, in my opinion. And
I
again,
agree.
if the dealership or if the loan company actually needs that money, then I will delightfully pay them or have my daughter pay them. But I'm not sending money to the dealership. That's I don't think they are either, and they're not getting it from me.
Yeah, it sounds like the dealership messed up and they're going to be out that payment.
Agreed. That is a cinnamon roll. It has frosting on it.
It's one of those things that they should have just talked to you about it before they did that.
Yeah, he told me they were going to push the payment date out. So I didn't think there was going to be a payment until later. So
Yeah, it sounds like
they've
they
been
just messed up.
It's been a wild hassle with them from the get-go.
Hmm.
Also, Oliver is in my sewing chair, as usual. I dumped him out of it, and he's already back in it.
Yo.
Mm-hmm.
Every day. You don't even have bigger amounts after every now.
Movie. Oh, we've got an Ashley back. Ashley, welcome back. You made it home.
We made it home.
Congratulations on making it home.
Thank you. 92 wasn't that bad.
So how's it feel to be back to 9 fingers?
It feels good. I feel like even from just 10 days of being immobilized, these fingers are like really stiff and achy, and they're like much less flexible already. Like it feels insanely good to crack a knuckle. Woo. And then this finger, he straight up told me I needed to be moving this finger. And when I must have made a face because he's like, you're not going to mess it up inside, but you need to start flexing it. And then he was like, and you need to do this with your thumb because this knuckle is fused. But I'll still have like this movement and this movement. So he's like, you got to do that too. And I did actually do my homework. They told me I needed to find a certified hand therapist. because apparently I was talking to her and she was like, when are you seeing the surgeon? And I was like, today. And she was like, great, get back with us after you see him, because we can do, apparently the therapists do all kinds of stuff that are really useful, including they're going to make the splint/cast that I'll use long term on this hand. But like the skin on this hand is like really dry under here, and it's crazy. I'm like, this is my ghost finger now. It's this finger particularly is very stiff. It feels very strange to move.
So
Like,
did that finger get injured too, or what's going on?
Yeah, so my thumb got cut off, and then my pointer finger on my left hand got a cut on the tip of it, on the side facing my middle finger, and then also cut very deeply inside. So they had to do like nerve repair, like deep enough that it was pretty messed up. And then my middle finger got a cut on the inside facing the ring finger between the first and second knuckle. And then my ring finger got a small cut, like right on the tip, but it's like a very hard scab. And my pinky is fine.
Ooh.
Yeah. And apparently I'm allowed to just like, I can just unwrap this and get in the shower with my thumb just free to the world in all its weirdness and semi-fish coloredness. I literally asked the doctor, was like, why is some of it fish colored? And I don't know if I told this to y'all in the chat, but he was like, well, some of it's bruising, some of it's alive, some of it's dead. That'll sort itself out. I was like, oh God.
So like the live flesh will slowly eat the dead flesh?
I guess so. When he first saw it, he turned my hand around and was looking at everything. He's like, everything looks as good as I could hope for it to look. And I was like, looks pretty gross. I've been trying to tell myself that it won't look this way forever. And he's like, no. I was like, this isn't the final form. And I was like, my family's been calling it T-neck because I told them it looked like a turtleneck, and he thought that was hilarious. But yeah, so I gotta call the physical therapist back tomorrow and either fax or drop off that paperwork about what to do. And my job is to go to physical therapy as soon as possible and start doing that. And he's got my FMLA paperwork, so I assume they'll contact me when that is ready.
Awesome. I was just about to ask that.
Yeah. He did say that the pins will be in my thumb for 6 weeks. He said pins are usually in for 6 weeks, so I shouldn't expect any sooner action because they want the bones to become one bone, I guess. And then the other thing they said is that they usually expect some amount of nerve regrowth, like the nerves will repopulate. And so like the feeling in my pointer finger and some feeling in my thumb should kind of come back. They expect it to happen. If it doesn't happen, it won't be like surprise, but they expect it to happen, which I was surprised by because I sort of thought what I had at the end of the surgery is what I would always have.
Yeah.
But like, I guess I can expect some growth. Like they want the bone to heal. And if the bones don't turn into one bone, then I'll have to have a surgery about that in the future. And they expect the nerves to grow. And that's really cool. I'm happy for that. Yeah.
Now, are you going to be able to go back to baking?
I assume so. I actually was like laying in bed this morning thinking, because I can't really do sewing right now and everything else is hard enough, but I have like enough leisure time that I'm like, this is when I should actually do those like networking training classes that Robbie's had access to that could result in me like having a certificate in something else so that maybe I can get serious about seeking another job in another way.
Yeah.
So I assume the paper would get filled out where I'm not supposed to return to work for at least 6 weeks, but probably 8 to 10 because the pins have to be in there and there's no one-handed job in the bakery. Not even decorating is fully one-handed. And the pins are going to be in there the whole time. Like, you know, I don't know. And then
So-
physical therapy.
So 2 questions.
Hmm.
One goes to Chris. So what happens to Ashley if she is only one-handed and is supposed to go back to the bakery? What actually happens then?
So it's going to depend on exactly how they fill out that FMLA paperwork.
Yeah.
So there's 2 scenarios. When if they say you can return to work, there's 2 scenarios.
Okay.
3. There's 3 scenarios. There's the miracle scenario where you have no restrictions when you go back.
Mm-hmm.
Don't count on that one.
Yeah.
And then the other 2 more likely scenarios are they give you some type of they're going to give you some type of restrictions. I feel like typically what I've seen, I've never had someone cut off a finger, but I've had people like tear rotary cuffs where they cannot use that arm, right? And so restrictions are somewhere between like cannot use arm or cannot lift more than 5 pounds.
Yeah.
Are 2 pretty common ones.
Yeah. Hmm.
In which case, looking at the bakery, it's either by Publix's definition, can we reasonably accommodate you in a job in that department first? Is what they look at.
That makes sense.
So if it's something where, it's going to depend on your restrictions. Is there something where, with a reasonable accommodation, with either someone assisting you or removing certain things from your job duties, can you function in that job? Right.
Yeah.
So like if you look at the entirety of decorating, you cannot do all of that.
No.
Or the entirety of baking, you cannot do all of that, right?
Mm-mm.
But like if Publix decides it's reasonable for someone else to get all of the boxes out of the freezer for you and open them,
Yeah.
and put pans on your table, you could set up one-handed, right?
Yeah.
I've had to do that for people
Everybody
before.
else hates you in the department now.
I mean, it is what it is.
Right.
So that's one aspect of like accommodations.
Mm-hmm.
Or if Publix determines that they cannot reasonably accommodate you in a job in the bakery, well, is there a different job in the store that we can reasonably accommodate you in?
Yeah.
So you could probably cashier one-handed,
Yeah.
for example.
Mm.
Now, Publix would not, in this particular case, be changing your job class.
Yeah.
Your job class will remain in bakery because, like, in theory, you will eventually recover enough that, like, you will not have to continue to do that.
Yeah.
Unless your restrictions become permanent,
Mm-hmm.
in which case, then Publix would talk to you about job reclassification.
Wow. Interesting. Good to
But
know.
like in none of those scenarios, like you don't lose your job at Publix.
Yeah. I'm like as torn as I've felt about what it's like to suddenly be like full-time, and I was almost not even full-time at my store. I was almost full-time at a totally different store. Like after all this time, I'm like, well, I'm grateful this happened to me now, I guess. Otherwise it would be like Ashley's Insta replaced. It doesn't matter.
So now my second question then is, and this is what I have been thinking about with your scenario, since you said that you're not going to be getting feeling back in your thumb. Is it like for you personally, is it going to be safe for you to be a baker when, you know, all day you're pulling those hot pans out of the oven and you need to use both hands for them? And I feel like it's a bit of a detriment if you can't feel your thumb because, like,
It's important.
you're not going to be able to sense heat, or like if the pan's starting to slip like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of a big, you know, I feel like just about everything else in the world, it's okay for you to not have actual feeling in your thumb, except trying to be a baker.
And that's another thing I was thinking about was I was thinking like, well, maybe I have to do a job not in the bakery for a while. And then my other thing is like, I'm still a full-time decorator. I never ROI'd baker. And the way Stephanie felt about it when she was my manager for those 2 years, she was like, I don't think I'll ever accept anyone as full baker unless they can bake and mix, because she was so frustrated by Darren.
Oh, yeah.
We're all frustrated by Darren.
Darren, he's still the same. He's still the same. Tudo didn't help. He hates that. He definitely, it takes him the full 8 to 8.5 hours to mix every day.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. So anyhow, I thought I just might have a job outside the department. And then, so it sounds like he even, when he was talking about the nerve regrowth, he wasn't talking about just my pointer finger. Apparently they expect some nerve expansion back into my thumb as well. They expect me to regain some type of sensation in the thumb too. So it might not be full sensation. I highly doubt it, but they expect some.
But some would be good. Yeah.
But I see what you're saying. And the thing is, it's like, despite being able to finish like on time or early, like, yeah, it's summer. I should be done at the ass crack of dawn because we're not making hardly anything. So like, yeah, I'm like a bargain basement baker, but like I'm doing it because it's easy at this point. But I don't think I'm yet good enough. Like when business gets serious again, I'm gonna struggle again. I don't think I've improved that much. So it's like, when are we gonna train enough people that I can just be a decorator? I could go back to being good at my like job I actually worked hard to try and get. That would be nice.
And like, and you've also like always kind of been stuck in that position of like, well, you can do a little bit of everything, kind of. So instead of like letting you get good at something, we're just gonna make you do everything passably. And like that puts you at a disadvantage. I literally don't think I've ever known how to do a Publix. The only job I've ever been able to do is decorate. Literally never could do anything else. You guys have witnessed those like rare times when I got stuck clerking for like whatever nightmare reason. So yeah, like it's
yes, but you having zero experience clerking did lead to that one of my favorite stories to tell about you in the bakery.
Oh, no.
Oh, tell it.
When a customer asked the price of a particular bread, so you held it up and shouted out, "How much does the Holocaust?"
I remember that.
Phone. I was on the decorator phone, yelling to the bakers on the opposite side of the bakery.
Oh my god, I remember that.
That is probably the story about you, Alicia, I have told the most. In case you were wondering, of all your stories, what is probably my favorite? It is that one because it is a pun. Is a terrible, terrible pun.
That is epic.
What is this before me? Also, I think technically it was a 2-pound hollow, but like we omitted that from the story immediately because it was not relevant.
Not relevant. Yeah. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a quilting conundrum, and I keep ripping seams.
Oh.
Is the conundrum how to get the rest of us hot cinnamon rolls?
I wish I could share because they are hella delightful. So I did that stippling all over everywhere. Except for my like 1.5 border. And I have tried like swirl lines. I've tried like the bubble feathers, and quite frankly, my skill level is just not there, and I need to knock this out. but I don't know what to stitch around the edge.
Stripes.
What about? Oh, what did you say?
Stripes.
You could do
I
stripes.
thought about it.
You know what I'm thinking is more like, you know that, I mean, I guess it's still kind of stripes, but it's freeform. The like wood grain style pattern.
I was gonna say waves,
Oh.
like just the waves across it. I've done that before.
Waves is one that I had looked at. I had absolutely looked at waves, so I'm not opposed.
I can look in my book.
I like the
Just
wood grain
struggle button.
because occasionally with the wood grain you throw those knots in, and that always makes me happy.
Bless you.
Bless you.
I'm just gonna do a little bubble right here. And since it's a narrow part, you don't need a lot there.
That is hard to see on the screen. That's not useful. I'm holding up my quilting book.
I did consult my tutorial thing that I paid for free motion quilting while I was stuck in the basement during the tornado drill. But
did you browse through Leah Day's site? Because she's got like 1,000 different random patterns.
I spent all afternoon after I finished eating my lunch perusing patterns too, because I'm like, I'm just undecided, and my free motion skill is not amazing. That's why I just default to stippling, because I can do that.
The only way to get better is practice.
For real, I agree with that, but this is a project that I have to finish tonight. So there are time constraints where practice is not my friend.
You always put yourself under time constraints.
Yeah.
That's why you do it with somebody else's project, because then you'll never see it again.
Oh, I would rather do it with mine, and then I know that, like, if I F it up, I don't care.
If you do it with someone else's project, they're not going to know the difference.
That too.
But I'll know the difference, and it'll haunt me forever that I did a shit job on their gift.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Triangles.
What was that? Oh yeah, you could do those little triangles.
I had thought about triangles too. That one did cross my mind as well. Like literally, I spent the whole afternoon looking at things.
Half brackets.
I just know from experience that the wood grain one is super easy to do.
I agree with Alicia.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and in that case, if I'm just going to do that, then I don't think I need to finish ripping out what I'm ripping out, because I'm just going to blend it in, and I'm so done ripping the seams out.
Yeah.
I'm like, seriously, if I can't get them out with a seam ripper, they're not coming out.
No.
Yeah.
And there was the one that I did with the leaves. Oh, that I feel like you would need a stencil for. I would absolutely fuck that one up, Ashley.
Okay.
What was that one? Arches?
Arches.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
I look easy.
I have a stencil I would use for that.
Yeah.
You look like
And then
you're.
with the wood grain, for the knots, you can do, you know, if you want to do little extra patterns there, you could. Like there's that one that I did that it was technically, instead of knots, it was leaves. Which that ended up being really easy as well. I don't know what it would be though for that one, because I feel like you'd be able to do a cloud, but it would be hard to like shape around that future one. So maybe not.
Because I know that you like to play a lot.
Oh, I didn't want to right now. I just do other stuff. Like other cool stuff.
So many tiny geese.
It's funny to me doing this one that I'm working on now because it's what I made that table runner out of. But like, I had no idea about geese or anything when I made that. So like, I don't even think I was working off a pattern. I think I just like winged that thing myself, and it just happened to be
Phase.
a pattern. And yeah. Well, these are different sizes. That is concerning.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah. It does not say anything about trimming these down. What was wrong here? Oh Lord.
Everything about her instructions? I mean, wait, we weren't doing that. That's right. My bad.
No bashing.
My bad.
No bashing a pattern. No bashing Ashley. No bashing Marietta.
Well, that's definitely 3 7/8. Why did these come out bigger than 3 7/8?
Were you guys bashing me when I was in traffic?
No, we weren't actually.
We just said we weren't bashing anybody.
Oh, okay.
There's no bashing of anything.
We are the good, positive group. We don't gossip about anybody.
I chuckled. I actually asked my husband the other day, I'm like, when did I turn into such a mean person? Like, when did this shift happen where I'm like super okay mocking people and things? And his response was, when I married him 12 years ago. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's actually probably accurate. I may have gone too far, but that's okay.
I feel like I'm supposed to ask my husband when I turned into such a mean person. He would laugh at me and say, always.
Yeah. Wow, it is crazy how off these quarter triangles turn out.
Oh, that's a long time to kiss. Mama, look this big.
Did you trick me?
How did you get tricked? You will probably get no.
Also, I cannot even tell you, it cracks me up that Laura was looking at her machine since it's new and discovered that whole bobbin winding thing. That's like right there on the damn machine. And then because I've been running 2 machines, I noticed that when I pulled my mom's machine out, it's been right on her machine all this time right there in front of my face too. I'm like, well, hot diggity damn, way to just not ever follow those instructions. I always just threaded it through the little hole in the bobbin and then held onto the string until it twisted and snapped.
Do you guys see how much like fabric this is here? How much off this is? They like put their back points. Like, this is crazy how bad these ended up being.
Man, should we really be learning quilting from you then? Where's Kimberly Einmo?
Is this the student becoming the master here?
Woo!
Hey, whoa, I didn't say that. I'm looking at these small geese going, they're going to be off.
I lost several points.
Dirty dino.
This is gonna make team racing very frustrating.
Also, I've been obviously threading 2 bobbins at a time, but last night I killed 5 bobbins.
Yeah.
I'm
I've
like, oh my gosh.
How much?
that's been me the last 2 days. But I have been
I
in like
believe it.
finishing up everything mode.
Did you guys already show off all the stuff you finished?
Well, you have one of the items I finished, Ashley.
I have it. I hurt myself putting it on, but I wore it.
It hurt me, but yes.
Don't hurt yourself.
It was
That's
so
not productive.
tight, but I like made my brother help me pull it on, and then after we got back from grocery shopping, I was like, "Please read me the instructions on the Oxy bottle and maybe bring me one."
Beauty is pain, Ashley.
What happened?
Beauty is pain.
Exactly. But I was, it made me so happy, and the picture I snapped of me with the Legos, my friend was like, "Oh, what a beautiful cast cover," and I was like, "Right, I love it."
And then immediately cast taken away.
Jesus Christ, right? They were telling me they would probably leave it on for 2 weeks, so I didn't expect it to get cut off today.
That doesn't sound right.
Ah.
Okay.
Excuse you, sorry.
Oh, okay. I'm satisfied with the good wood grain. Thank you for the suggestions. I am pleased with that.
Did it?
Yay.
I don't think you'll be able to see it on camera because it's dark.
Attempt anyway.
You can shine your cell phone light on it. Can you?
No, because my cell phone will just disconnect me from my call with you. Because that's what I do.
Okay. What about your husband's cell phone? He's not using it.
Correct. You're not using your cell phone.
That's
Let me
mine.
pause.
Stop touching my phone.
Amazing romance is dad.
Oh, I can see
Oh,
it. Good job.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling it.
I'm feeling it.
And since we're talking about finished, this isn't quite finished, but this is actually going to be the tote bag that goes with that particular quilt.
Nice.
And then this is the dinosaur tote bag that I finished.
I do love that. I think that looks so good.
I love the little dinos.
Yeah.
Nice.
It honestly, like, sadly, it almost makes me wish that rather than the green background and all the dinosaur fabric dinos, I wish I had done this background with all blue dinos because it's just, it pops.
Yeah.
It's fine because I'm happy with it anyhow. But
Next time.
Yeah.
next time.
For the future.
Next time.
Because that's the point
I
of doing
still have-
crafts, is learning.
I still have 3 more people that have babies. That it's like, can you guys all stop procreating? Like seriously.
Your
You're
world
like,
and
I
your
need a break.
factories.
I'm like, thank God it's not me, but geez, people.
I will say, besides Ashley's cast cover, I did finish off Mike's pants today.
Woohoo!
Y'all basically saw the finished version, but I stitched up that last leg I hadn't done.
That's exciting.
So that's hung up in the closet. So I don't have to look at that.
Much.
That's always good.
I know you want release from it, but it really looks good. I love seeing it.
It absolutely does, but like, I need a break.
Yes, yes.
I was able to obviously take down the One Block Wonder because that flimsy is finished, and I folded the flimsy up and tucked it in the drawer on top of that Bargello flimsy, and I was like, oh God, I am becoming that person.
My goal at this point is to have like several flimsies at this point finished before we go into like the winter and spend the winter quilting and binding.
Cool.
I do.
I like it.
Like once I get through this month and I get that rough draft done and I'm like in a more comfortable place, then I will finish up the One Block Wonder. The Bargello flimsy, I don't know when I'm ever going to get to that because it's that gigantic size that like I don't have the bandwidth to like figure out how to even sandwich that damn thing. So I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with that. Sometime down the line I will finish that, but like it's too much for me.
Alright, let's lay this guy out. So, blue square.
Blue square.
And the tiny, tiny, tiny keys.
You try to catch it, you just go for it. You don't see it. You check. You don't see it.
I'm very glad that we're doing a catch-up night tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me
This
too.
is just gonna kind of be like catch up month. We'll start the next
What?
one next
Month.
on our next session, but
Right.
we'll be doing catch up on the side project as well, and that is
Is that this weekend or the 20 whatever blah blah?
This weekend.
The 16th?
Yeah, that's what I have it down for.
God, this month is flying by so fast for me. Oh, you're right, because we did side project Sunday late last month, so that's why it seems like it's
That's why. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
yeah, we're just getting back to the usual schedule. Obi, what you doing, Obi? Babes. Oh, are you guys hungry?
A little bit, but
A little. I could take a snack.
I would like a snack.
Okay.
it's very considerate of you.
I have salmon feast for UTI health.
I don't like salmon.
It is.
I had salmon for dinner, but I guess I can have it again.
I don't like UTIs, but I don't like salmon enough to come back. So hard pass. Lily, I have to shift this chair a little bit. I need it to hold up my blanket.
Gotta pick up your stuff. Pick up your stuff real quick. Put it back in the chair. We do need about let mommy have some of the chairs.
Mommy has to have this one because my quilt is falling off the table.
You're fine. I know. Mommy's got to use that because you aren't flat.
She has 6 other kitchen chairs.
I love you, boy. I love you, boy. Sweet Maggie.
Oh, might have to rip all of these seams out.
Oh no.
Easy ripping things out. I feel that on a deep
measurement
because I
before
hate
I decided to guess at this. Bubby, what you doing? Oh, I'm sorry, Bubby. That was excessive, wasn't it?
You all right?
Smokey, no!
Also,
Thanks.
I don't know what I would strictly call this
Yeah.
wood grain,
Uh,
but whatever it is, it's fine.
I'm gonna hate this time in my life. And like seriously consider just throwing this all out and doing them again, but I'm gonna pull these seams. It's only 8 of them. It's fine.
Oh,
It's okay. We can do this.
Oh, that's like 10 more scenes that I'm willing to rip.
oh my God.
Yeah. Oh right, I was supposed to be feeding you guys.
Can't believe you forgot about us.
You got salmon health UTI? So I make a little list every morning of like the tasks I need to do, want to do, / things I gotta figure out if I can get someone to get me or if I can go somewhere with someone to get them because I'm currently on driving restriction. And I've had clean room more on the list for like since I got home. So that's what I'm doing. I posted a picture of like my little scraps pile of all the little pieces I cut off while I was doing the lily pad before I cut my thumb off. I finally threw that all away. It's happening.
Look at you go.
We're trying. I can cross off clean room more and then make it say clean room a little more.
I like it. I live and breathe by lists. I make multiple lists every day.
Lists are great.
All right. You're off the seats.
So much so that Lily, when we were on our way to the Renaissance Fair, she has like a little sketch pad doodle thingy that you can erase. And she shows me squiggle lines that are her list for the day.
Oh, I love that.
She's like, I got a lot to do today, Mom. I don't. It's not a mystery to me at all because I live and breathe by lists.
Oh my gosh, you guys! I found a Bed Bath and Beyond. No, that place that just closed. Bed Bath and Beyond.
Yeah.
I found a Bed Bath and Beyond gift card in my like nightstand.
Oh no! Is there any still left?
But $10 is $10.
There might be one left still.
You know, maybe I could get something off their website.
Not always. Certain elements. Those are magnets. No longer.
What about other magnets? Not other magnets.
Okay.
All right, I feel like this is definitely work for me to do while I am working. That was also, it was during work that I also peeled off all of the paper from the non-cat FPP. I just like sat down next to my work computer and like either between calls or while I was sitting on hold music, I just peeled paper.
Oh, that is a beautiful point.
Oh, you bitch.
Sorry.
She means that with the least amount of judgment possible.
I do not. Don't ask me again.
Full judgment.
Mommy's really busy today.
I see
Oh,
Lily.
yeah.
Everyone die, or was it just me?
It was you. Only you.
Oh, did you guys hear
Mostly
me
your
read
mom.
about like never wanting to use Chrome or something?
No.
Oh, yeah. Everything started loading. All of us were loading, and then I was also loading, and then it was like try using Chrome, and I was like, I'll die before I do that. Oh, you guys are disappearing again. What is going on? Why am I disappearing?
Yeah,
Oh,
it is.
Did
yours.
Michael J. Fox
Okay.
change your history?
Now Chris is gone.
I'm really glad that nobody heard that.
I heard that.
I don't understand
No, you
that
didn't.
reference. God dang it. Piece of
That was perfect.
That
Oh, that was
timing.
amazing. That was epic.
God dang it.
I mean, poor Ashley, but
we're not supposed to be making fun of Ashley.
we're not.
Oh, is she like totally exempt right now? I didn't know we were exercising total exemption.
Only some jokes.
I'm like, only from hand jokes, maybe.
All right, I've done one of the internal little mini blocks.
Oh, that looks real cute.
Yeah,
Oh, it looks good.
Your points do look like they're going to be good.
yeah. I'm pretty happy with that.
I don't
Considering
know.
how many freaking themes are in this tiny little
It's
center.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's completely ridiculous how many scenes are in there.
Like, oh my god. I'm surprised it's not bulkier.
Yeah, mine is absolutely chunky butt at places as well.
Well, I'm happy to say before the end of the night, I'll have 2 more blocks finished.
I will have blocks cut.
I've also literally been sewing all day, so like
That's fair.
That sounds amazing.
that was like one of the big reasons I took vacation is so that I can sew and get caught up, and then I didn't sew for like the first 4 days.
Because it was vacation, and that's what you do on vacation.
Yeah. Be
Today I
nice.
was just proud of myself that I managed to get to the post office.
You know, there's the little things in life.
I agree.
And then I fucked up and I had to get one of the people to help me when I used the self-service thing.
It happens.
Okay, Boomer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was sending a package and I don't know, they just asked for all of the information in a weird order. They asked for the address it was going to at the very beginning, and then it asked a whole bunch of other questions, and then it asked for I feel like it asked for my address and then her name and then my name on separate screens. And I got the names reversed because I thought that we were just putting in all of my stuff, and then it was what's the other name? And I just didn't actually read the words. I just realized that at that point I still hadn't put her name in, so I did that. And then when I printed the receipt out, or when I printed the ticket out, it had that it was being shipped to me, but at her address. And I was like, oh no.
What have I done?
Yeah.
Yeah, your Maryland's showing.
Yeah.
We are a smooth crowd tonight, man.
All right, one down, 8 to go.
I've got a system going now with this quilt pattern, the wood grain. I'm getting the hang of it, so it's going nice and smooth.
Good.
Also, here's a question: do you guys bury your threads as you go, or do you just wait till the end and then hunt and destroy all of them at once?
I want to be a bury as I go person, but I don't.
Okay, that makes me feel good because I feel like I want to be that type of person, but I'm not. I have 5,000 threads to bury.
Yeah, I'm totally one of those two options and not a third trashier option.
Of as you're using it, occasionally ripping them off when you find them.
That is why I love you guys, because I always feel better afterwards.
I absolutely do a round of seek and destroy, but it's not a great round. All right. So on that note, and on my disaster here, I think I'm gonna call it a night. I think it's dinner time, and then getting some more writing done because that was also part of my plan. That just never quite happened today. So that is
Okay, well, here's my last little check-in.
Bring it closer. Wow. I love it.
Let me see.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
it
really
looks
like this
fantastic. I love it. Oh, I love
Yeah.
those colors.
It looks
I just
so
gotta
good.
do one more round of pressing and theming.
As ridiculous as these are, I am really excited to see how everybody's turns out because they are so ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's entertaining.
I'm very excited to see Ashley's when she finishes it. I just really like her colors.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Elegant Swamp too.
Elegant Swamp. I love that.
Those are the vibes I want to encapsulate.
Yeah. You are being successful at it.
Yes.
Oh, wholeheartedly.
I don't care how much batik it takes. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right, guys. I am ending broadcast.
Bye.
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 Bye.